Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early November 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate it, each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as usual and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Libras out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's see what's happening, my gods. Talk to me about these Libras. What's going on for my friends? We are in early Scorpio season, but yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's rock and see what we got for my Libras, please, and thank you. What's happening with my friends? Okay, yeah, oh, we have your energy showing up here very strong on the front end. This card rarely comes out for any sign, especially in a Libra reading itself, but you see, it literally has your sign on it. So this is interesting. This could be about yourself or self-worth or how you view yourself, but this could be really positive in a Libra reading to start off. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. Very interesting indeed. Now, this one always reminds me of the Two of Pentacles. Like, it seems how that person's juggling those two things. Notice that there's yin-yangs here. There's the Libra scale sign right there on the bottom. So this is your energy showing up here in a very, very powerful way. So for some of you, it could be you stepping into your power or balancing things out. You might be in a time where it's like, okay, well, I need to balance something within myself. I need to balance something in a situation. This could represent harmony in a very good way. But for another portion of you, when I see a card of the self leading off the reading, that could say that you have a lot going on internally. Right? Like, you could have a lot of powerful emotions, a lot of powerful thoughts, just a lot of stuff within you, and how you view yourself is important here as well. So you're going to want to watch out for like your self-respect or how you're feeling about yourself, your confidence, things like that. But generally, this is a good harmonious type of energy. It just takes on a little bit of a different flavor when we have it on the front end of a Libra reading. But we'll see how it all plays out. And yeah, as I always say, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you into tarot now. Get it going. We'll get you 3 cards in the upright before we get into the intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up one time. And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It wasn't the most harmonious last week. It was titled An Explosive Change, and there was like the fire-air combination of things possibly sparking off or things changing very quickly. So for a lot of Libras, you could be in a really big time of metamorphosis and change, whether it's like situations you're going through, things within yourself. Like, there's a lot of wheels turning. So we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, right? Because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3 cards, though. What do we got for these lovely Libras? Just past Libra season recently. Okay, yeah, 8 of Swords. Okay, so this intense internal energy that I was speaking about is showing up here. Okay, we have the 8 of Swords in position number 1. I don't want to speak on it too much just yet, because that could be a little bit of a trapped, overthinking type of energy. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups, complete opposite, right here. This could be good. Let's see how it all plays out. Let's get one more. Hopefully you're not stressing something with emotional attachment. All right, we have the Hermit. Yeah, retreating, pulled back type of energy. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a few distinct different energies here for you this week, Libra. So that kind of makes sense to me already before we even dive in, that we see this card about balancing things and trying to bring harmony. Because with the way the energy is playing out already, it seems like there's a lot of energies in different modes. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. So at first glance, I look down here. Elementally, we're all over the place. We got swords, we got water, we have earth. So like, there's so many different possible things you could be working through or going through. It could feel a little chaotic in this time. Like, energetically, I'm already picking up intuitive vibes here. There's a little bit of a chaotic energy with all these different things. Like we have someone's mental state, and we have possible like romantic attachments or emotions, and we have this withdrawing type of energy. So let's go through one by one and really try to piece this together. In position number one, we have the Eight of Swords. So you see this individual. The good thing about this energy is that it's rather quick moving. Right? This isn't a permanent energy. This is one that comes in and moves out quick. So to me, I see this, I think of stress, I think of anxiety, I think of someone's like mental health and mental well-being when this card shows up. Notice the person is also blindfolded. We have a card that's in the dark as well. So there could be some unexpected or surprising, mysterious energy around you when we have cards like this. Other things I think of with this Eight of Swords is one, overthinking. Two, you might feel like you're trapped or cornered. This could be anything minor from like having cabin fever, needing to get out a little bit, or just like, what am I going to do about this? How am I going to figure this out? How am I going to work this out? So you could be prone to that overthinking, right, when this card shows up, and we'll see how it resolves when we get there. Hopefully you're not feeling trapped in any sort of way, but we'll just have to see what's up. It's stress-filled. Right? So you might be thinking about something heavily, maybe someone's stressing over you. That's a big possibility. But as we move to the center, we have an interesting, softer energy in comparison to what we have on the extreme ends. We have the Knight of Cups. Often this card shows up in romance readings. Now, for a lot of you that are new to this channel, you might know, you might not know that I don't solely focus on romance with my readings. I like to look at the big picture of the energy. But when the Knight of Cups shows up, that might give us a hint, right? Like, whether it is, because this is a smooth talker, silky smooth, easy flowing, easy going type of energy. This is a Prince Charming type of vibe. So if you're not linked to a water sign, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, when I see the Knight of Cups, it could be romance. It could be an indicator of love, deep emotional attachment for someone. So if you're not dealing with situations that are involving romance or love, this is a deep emotional attachment that we're seeing play out here with all these sporadic different energies around it. Okay, so whether this is someone stressing you or vice versa. Now, another thing I will say about the Knight of Cups is it does represent forward movement, forward progress. It could also be a messenger, so he could be speaking about talks and stuff like that. But the energy gets interesting because it's like this Knight of Cups is moving towards a brick wall because we have the Hermit right there on the back end, Virgo energy. So maybe you have some placements in Virgo, maybe you're dealing with one, that's a big possibility. The Hermit is a wise card, but the way this energy is like flowing, it's like stressing, moving forward, being like there's a blockage here. There's some sort of blockage. Now, the Hermit could be you pulling back your energy in one form or another, right? Whether you're pulling it back towards yourself, maybe you're keeping quiet about something, maybe you're laying low. That's a big possibility with the Hermit. This isn't a bad card. In regards to communication, it's pretty choppy when this card shows up. It's like possible disagreements or people not seeing eye to eye. So watch out for that energy whenever there's a Hermit. But the good thing about it is it's also wise. Whereas like this energy is stressed and this one's trying to move forward, this Hermit is collecting its thoughts and collecting itself. So I would say this is good, but there's an energy like knocking at the door. At the very least, there's an energy knocking at your door when we have this Hermit, okay? Whether that's you or somebody else. But I think you get what I mean, what I was saying early on, where like these energies are in all different places, okay? Like whether it's yours or somebody else's, these energies are like scattered. They're in like all sorts of different places. So I want to dive deeper in all of it, Libra. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Libras and see what's happening. My guides, talk to me. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's see what's up with that Eight of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Eight of Swords time. What's happening? What is this stress about? Thank you. Can't help it. This is somebody that just can't help it. The way they're thinking, the way they're feeling. For some of you, if you have like a thought process or something or someone on your mind, you just can't help it. Like that's just the vibe I'm picking up. Now, if we're seeing the energy of another person, it's like, okay, well, yeah, this energy is going to move forward. It's going to clear up eventually. But with the King of Pentacles in reverse, like, this could be some sort of like serious situation that somebody's dealing with. Absolutely. All right. or a serious problem of some sort. Okay, because the King of Pentacles in the upright is very grounded. It's mature, it's abundant, it's all good things. When I see it in reverse, there's a lot of upheaval. It reminds me of the Tower when I see the King of Pentacles in reverse. So it's somebody that's like sporadic, unpredictable. And in regards to someone's mental state and their mind, like, yeah, maybe that's the reason why we have this withdrawn energy on the back end, because this mental energy is like extremely sporadic and this person can't help it. So there might be someone you're linked to that is going through like a very serious situation or a serious problem of some sort. And this energy is showing it, like their mind is in a lot of different places. Okay, it's like here, there, everywhere. So we're going to just have to see how like all this energy plays out. The meditation, like remember I said with the Hermit, like you might need to withdraw, pull back, do some meditating. Like if this is your mind, if you are anxious, on edge, nervous, or overthinking, Spirit really, really wants you to try your best to calm that down, whether it's via meditation or just something. Work towards it, because you can't just let your brain run wild here. Maybe this is advice you need to give somebody else as well. Like, don't let your brain run wild. Don't let your mind run wild. It's just the vibe. Okay, so let's keep moving. And of course, Earth sign energy here might be linked to Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Let's see what that Knight of Cups is about. I don't want to get stuck there. So why is that Knight of Cups in the mix? Cute. Okay, someone acting like they're fine. I don't believe it though. I don't buy it. We have the Five of Cups in reverse underneath this Knight of Cups. Okay, hold on. Let me try to fix these cards. I don't want to knock them off their bearings here. Now, this can be good. Eventually, this does talk about things getting better and healing. But as in regards to the feeling right now, intuitively, when that Five of Cups came out in reverse on this Knight of Cups, it's like this person is acting like they're okay or acting like they're fine. But I don't quite buy it. Where it might be a situation where one person's taking it tougher than the other, but they're both sharing a similar vibe and energy here. I hope that makes sense to you. Now, the Five of Cups in reverse is the way we want to receive this card. If we're reading this strictly with the Knight of Cups, it's someone saying like, hey, I feel better now. Let's talk about it. Or, hey, I feel better. Like, it's somebody approaching saying like, I'm not upset anymore. Everything's fine. But I don't quite buy it. Okay. So if you're dealing with somebody and you've been going through a serious situation or a problem, I do feel like if they're acting like everything's fine and there's water under the bridge, yeah, no big deal, we're good. I don't quite completely buy that all the way, okay? Because to go from this to this, like it doesn't feel like a logical jump in the energy to me. There's progress. That's a good thing. There is progress. It's a little slow. And there is that little emotional healing here, but it's not completely 100%. So yeah, once again, if there is someone that acts like they're fine, if you are going through situations, problems, all that stuff, I'm not buying that energy in the middle. Let's move over to that Hermit and see what's up. Not completely, at least. So why is that Hermit here? Just know that if you're feeling a certain way, somebody is feeling similar. All right. That's just the vibe I'm picking. Like, these energies are feeding each other. They're all feeding each other. So why is that Hermit in the mix? Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. So what's up with that Hermit? Thank you. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, there's just a real lack of stability at the moment in this energy, Libra. And you know I don't like to, and it makes sense with what we saw here in the very beginning. Libras are probably the best sign in the whole entire zodiac when it comes to balancing things out, balancing out situations, balancing out themselves, and very democratic, if I could even say that, but just cognizant of everyone's feelings. But there's a lot of sporadic energy where there's people on different pages all over the place. Now, if this is somebody retracting, pulling back with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's a very similar thing to this King of Pentacles in reverse. It's upheaval. It's unpredictable. So we kind of have two energies, once again, mirroring each other, where like if somebody has recently pulled back or is pulling back their energy, it's because it's like, all right, well, I don't want them to have to deal with this, or I don't want them to have to deal with this. But there has to eventually be a place where these energies meet in the middle, right? And you understand that, Libra. Like, eventually these energies do have to meet in the middle, but it's slowly progressing there I would say definitely watch out for earth signs in this time. You might really be bumping heads with them when I have this type of energy. But with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, like somebody's sense of security just isn't quite there. It's like, I don't feel super secure in whatever's happening here. So there could be doubts and stuff like that happening and cropping up in people's heads. So we're going to have to see what's up here, Libra, because like it seems a little chaotic, right? And I did already say it seems like a serious problem or a situation, but it's like there's nobody, like this energy in the center is kind of handling it okay, but like there's just so much chaos around. Let's go through and do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card, because there's a lot going on here. I feel like I could continue pulling messages off this spread, but in position number 1, we have the Eight of Swords with the King of Pentacles in reverse. Like I said, someone that can't help their mind state, they can't help the way they think, running, racing thoughts, stuff like that. Overthinking is showing up heavily here. And I did say someone could be going through a serious situation or problem when we have this energy, and they're not wanting to expose others to that. Moving to the center, we have the Knight of Cups with the Five of Cups in reverse. No, don't worry, I'm okay. I wasn't believing that type of energy. No, everything's fine. We're good. I'm good now. Everything's cool. I wasn't really buying that. Now the energy is healing and it is progressing and moving forward, but it's very slow. As we get to the back end, Hermit, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, these energies are completely mirroring each other. One might be a little more heightened about it, while the other is like, all right, I don't even know how to read this. But these energies on the back ends are mirroring each other with this situation or this problem. Okay, and eventually there has to be a meeting in the middle of these energies. That's just the vibe I'm picking up. So please take a screenshot of that. And both of them, it's like, all right, well, I don't want to expose them to this. I don't want to expose them to that. That's just the vibe I'm picking up. But let's see what's in the shadows for you. It's an intriguing one, right? So if you're a reader, please look into this spread a little bit further, okay? Watch out for earth signs in the coming days and weeks, that's for sure. Let's get you a shadow card. What's in the shadows for Libra? Please and thank you. And yeah, I always like to pull this at the very end just to see what's up. Whether it's something within you, maybe something you don't quite see, right? So what's in the shadows for Libra? Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. Put a link for it down in the comments, and I'm adding a new tier this week, so it's only a couple of bucks if you want to get the membership badge and the Zodiac emojis. You can feel free to check that out. But let's get this shadow card out here. Obviously, no pressure. Just wanted to mention that. So what's in the shadows? Thank you. Okay, strength card, strength of character. Yeah, you might be being put to the test here when we have the strength card showing up in the shadows. This could represent a Leo that you're linked to, right? Like, so maybe you have some history with a Leo that is showing up in the shadows for one reason or another. But the strength card to me is prototypical, a test of strength and character. When I say it, yes, it is fighting one's demons with love as opposed to brute force. So if there is a situation you're dealing with, maybe Spirit's asking you to use empathy, kindness, and compassion, which I know is a Libra trait for sure. But when I see this strength card, it's like, all right, just know that you might be going through the paces in this time. You might be being tested, your character, your strength. Okay, so it doesn't feel bad to me, and it is also protective and angelic. So Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the October subscriber surprise, the winners will be in the community tab after this week's fire and air readings. But for November, we're bringing back winner's choice. 2 lucky subscribers will get to pick a deck of their choosing up to $40 US. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which one do you think is the most fun? Which one do you have the most fun with? And yeah, after that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of November, I'll pick the winners at random as usual. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.